vinyl friends and vinyl community. It's Brian from Brian's Vinyl Records, and it is Monday, which means it's time for another installment of Vinyl Editions. Short, sweet, not a whole lot to show this week. Didn't do a lot of shopping this week, and in fact, didn't make it to a record store at all this weekend because I had basketball tournaments for my son all weekend long, and they started at 8 in the morning, so dead tired, didn't want to do anything like that. So I did get a couple things, though. The two new releases came out, and I picked one up from Amazon, and the other one I picked up at Target. So let's start at Target here. We'll start with this here. This is the brand new album from Selena Gomez, and it's still in the shrink. I have not opened it yet. I picked this up and the CD as well from Target. These are the Target exclusives, so the cover is a different cover than what you get at other places. The other cover is kind of a plain white cover with her on the ground or something like that. But this was the Target exclusive. I believe that this one comes on red vinyl as well, so pretty cool. And also it includes a bonus track on the Target exclusive for track 14 called Feel Me. So that was cool. And then on the CD, it contains several bonus tracks, and I think these were all the singles that she put out before the album was done. So she put out a bunch of singles over the last several years, and so I think that's what's on the extras for the CD. So pretty cool. Picked those up at Target and listened to it yesterday streaming on the car ride to the basketball game, and I thought it was pretty good. So if you like Selena Gomez, I think you will not be disappointed with this album. And then the other album that I picked up, new release on Friday, is this bad boy. This is Ozzy Osbourne's latest album. 71-year-old Ozzy Osbourne, having some health issues, dealing with Parkinson's and some other things. So wish him all the best, and hopefully he is healthy again. I saw he had to cancel his upcoming tour again. This is the second time he's had to cancel his No More tours. And, you know, for 71 years old, well, I don't know that he really should be touring anyway. But anyway, this is his newest album. This is Ordinary Man. It is just really good. I didn't know what to expect going into this because he basically threw a band together for this one. You have Duff McKagan of Guns N' Roses on bass. You have Chad Smith of the Red Hot Chili Peppers on drums. And then his producer is playing the guitar. So Andrew Watt is the producer. He is playing guitar for him on this album. There are some cameos from Elton John. He is in a song here called Ordinary Man, the title track. He does piano and also sings with Ozzy. And also Post Malone is on here. He did a song with Ozzy that went really well. I guess the kids dug it and didn't know who Ozzy was, which is hilarious. There's all sorts of fun stuff out there on that whole situation. But they did another song on here called It's a Raid. So that's on here as well. And Slash appears on a couple tracks, lead guitar. And I think there's one other, the guy from Rage Against the Machine, is it Tom Morello? I think he is on this as well on one track playing guitar. So this is cool. If you know anything about this album, Ozzy wanted to make another album, and the producer, Andrew Watt, had worked with Ozzy and Post Malone on their single that came out earlier last year. And they decided, you know, hey, do you want to record more? Ozzy was really digging the studio. He wanted to do more. So Andrew called up Duff McKagan and he called up Chad Smith and said, hey, can you get here on this date? We have 4 days. We need to write and record an album in 4 days. So this album was written, recorded, and everything in 4 days. That was the window that Ozzy had to get this done. They did it. I think it's fantastic. I really enjoyed this album quite a bit. I've listened to it now 3 times since I've gotten it. Also went to Target and picked up the CD. This CD features that song Take What You Want, which was I believe the single that Post Malone and Ozzy did together. So this has that extra bonus track on the CD. So I picked that up as well. Just really, really like this album quite a bit. It's got that classic Ozzy sound. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect because Zakk Wylde wasn't on this album, which was interesting. This is the second album in a row now that Ozzy's done without Zakk Wylde on the album. I didn't really care a whole lot for the last album, Scream. It's okay. It has some highlights, but a lot of just stuff I didn't really care for. But this one I think is awesome. So really love it. If you are an Ozzy fan, I think you really need to have this. Now it comes in a couple configurations. This one that I got is your standard black wax, so nothing fancy there. But it also has, I guess there's a Best Buy exclusive, which I've also seen on Urban Outfitters as well. So I don't know how Best Buy exclusive it is, but it's kind of like a smoky colored vinyl. And then also there's a picture disc that is available as well for that album. So different configurations for whatever you desire. I just got the black. That's the one I wanted anyway. I don't know that I'll go out and get any of the other configurations. I don't really need them. And then I wanted to get the CD as well because I have Ozzy's catalog on CD, so wanted to complete that. That's it, guys. That's all I have this week for new albums. I didn't really buy a whole lot. I do have a couple coming in. Probably, I'm not sure if they'll make it here by next week's episode, but I ordered some stuff online from artists directly, and depending on how quickly they ship those out, I'm not sure if they're going to get here in time for next week, but I hope so because I think they're really exciting and really cool. I may have some other neat stuff coming too, including well, you could call it a white whale or an extreme holy grail that may be coming in the mail this week or possibly next week. I'm not quite sure yet. So we'll see about those. I'm really excited about those. But hey, I do want to mention that I dropped a new episode of my podcast. That's right, I do a podcast as well. Haven't done a whole lot over the last year, but this year I'm trying to do one every couple weeks, if not more than that. The podcast is about vinyl budget and finding good deals. So I buy a lot of albums, as you can obviously tell from my Vinyl Editions video series, but I don't pay a ton of money usually. Now obviously on new releases I'm paying full price most of the time for those. With Amazon, they do, if it drops in your pre-order window, you do get the lowest price, so you do save a few bucks here and there on those, but I'm typically paying full price for new albums. However, I do find a lot of good deals, not only on used, but on new records as well. And in my podcast, I share with you some of the websites that I use, some of the methods I use to find the deals, and where I get a lot of my records deals from. So check that out if you would. It's on all the major podcast platforms. You just search for Brian's Vinyl Records and you should be able to find it. The title of the latest episode is called Vinyl on a Budget. My tips on finding deals for vinyl. So check that out, please, if you will. If you do like it, please leave a 5-star review with Apple or whatever podcast platform you use. Thank you again, though. So that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. That does help a lot. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment. I love interacting with the vinyl community. Thank you so much for watching. Hey, what's your opinion of Ozzy? Let me know. I liked it a lot. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep spinning, vinyl friends.